Hi there, it's Brad Hornby here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel here, and let's get back into some more personal logs here and do another, life reflection and childhood memories here. Here we are up to personal log number 73 here. This one, maybe I'll give you an answer to one of the questions, if you know me, on why the elephant, you can say, is my favorite animal here. Let's say Dumbo. You can blame Dumbo for why I like elephants here. I mean, I watched Dumbo while I was a kid. I'm not quite sure exactly why I love Dumbo so much. He was definitely one of my favorite movies. That and Back to the Future, and definitely as a little kid of me, definitely had a man crush for Marty, also known as Michael J. Fox there, and that actually was also one of the reasons why I like to watch Family Ties and say, hey, that's Marty. But getting back into that personal blog, and that could definitely be another personal blog for another time here, but let's get back into Dumbo is why I love elephants. Well, I'm not too sure exactly why I loved Dumbo so much in the movie. I mean, I'm talking about the original movie. I have not watched the Tim Burton, recent remake that was released this past season there. I mean, I saw the trailer and kind of looked intriguing, but I heard it get bad reviews, so I didn't bother watching it. And, being a single middle-aged man there, it just looked weird. That'd be another movie I'll watch, let's say when it's ever available on demand there, and maybe I'll eventually purchase it just to check it out out of curiosity if it's on a good deal there. But I definitely was a huge fan of Dumbo, and he's an elephant. Dumbo is an elephant, a very, very special elephant there, as in he had very, very big ears, and definitely all the elephants picked on him, and I felt bad for Dumbo there. Another scene that really, you could still say as you get older and you're more aware of things, you could still say probably tugs on the heartstrings a little more, is, Dumbo obviously was always defended by Mother Elephant there, and for right reasons. The son you're talking about here. But the one moment that definitely tugs on the heartstrings there was when, this was, back in this original movie came out in 1941, where you have the circus of the Big Top here. Now, there's definitely a lot more activists about elephants and, taking animals for entertainment, and that's a whole another discussion there, but I'm just going back into the movie and why elephants are my favorite animal there. But there was a scene where the other elephant was chained up and then became labeled as a mad elephant there. Well, no wonder with all the chains and people and all that. Definitely Mother Elephant was in that box, and it said mad elephant, and they definitely had that scene there where Dumbo was sad that Mom Elephant was in that box there, and Dumbo was definitely crying, and there were definitely a lot of emotional scenes there. But as much as I'm a huge fan of Dumbo there, I guess you can't say I also like mice or a mouse. But Timothy the Mouse was definitely another integral character of Dumbo there. As you know, Dumbo always had his trademark yellow hat on, big ears, and Timothy the Mouse rode in that hat there. But it was definitely, it was a fun Disney movie. It was one of the shorter Disney movies on VHS. Remember those things? Long before we had discs, and now everything's all digital there. But definitely, he watched that a lot. He enjoyed that. See the scenes with the mad elephant scene, the elephants making fun of the big ears, and also another thing that's also been parodied a few times is that the elephants on parade there, where Timothy and Dumbo definitely. I was being a young kid of mine. I was like, why are they acting funny and hiccuping and seeing hallucinations? You know, because one show that definitely really parodied the Elephants on Parade, and definitely heard that song and saw those cool hallucinations from that animation, was Bob's Burgers, except it was butts. Definitely, when I saw that, I was like, Dumbo. So definitely, that was also fun. I think it was just how it looked and storylines and the tearjerker with that mother mad elephant, and there were a lot of sad moments there and happy moments there, and then the crows definitely played a role in that movie, and that magic feather, and hey, it's an elephant that can fly there, and I thought, wow, that's cool there, and definitely was, a sign, they had scenes of, elephants and peanuts and fighting peanuts there. Oh, and that's definitely was a great movie I watched growing up there, and definitely played the heck out of that thing. But you just think as you get older there, Dumbo was an elephant. You eventually just like that animal, and I'm definitely fascinated with elephants. I mean, definitely the two kinds. You got the African elephant and the Indian elephant there. I mean, the African elephant definitely has the bigger ears there, but the Indian elephants, they have those paper-looking ears, but they're more people-friendly there. And, the only time I've seen elephants, obviously, is at zoos there, and I understand the reason for it, but sadly, here in Calgary, we don't have elephants anymore, and I made sure back in 2014 where we had one elephant named Spike who had the metal tusk there. He got moved to Florida there. And then the three other elephants that we had there were eventually moved to Washington, D.C. at the Smithsonian Zoo there. So I definitely made sure I made a couple more visits to the zoo there, just to say goodbye to those elephants there, because I miss them, and but we don't have the climate there, and definitely, being bigger animals there, they definitely need bigger space than, let's say, smaller animals there, and it's definitely the largest land mammal there, but despite their reputation about being big and heavy there, they walk very quietly there. Because another movie that I watched a lot growing up as a kid there, and definitely really gives that stereotypical about elephants and walking loud, or, when you're a little kid and say, yeah, you kids were so noisy, the teacher, you sound like a herd of elephants there, when in fact they walk quietly. Is that Jungle Book movie there, where they have that elephant song for, trying to think of the Elephant March there. That was definitely another funny one there, but I was about to say, just thinking of stereotypical elephants there, elephants and mice. It always seems like that another stereotypical is that elephants are scared of mice. They might be aware of suddenly, you have this big massive animal, and suddenly you see a small mouse or mice, depending on how many there are there, but you had an elephant and a mouse bonding in this movie there, that's what I meant to say there, but I'm going to say, you can blame Dumbo on why the elephant is my favorite animal here, and still enjoy elephants to this day, and definitely have a few collectibles there. I mean, I bought an elephant made out of fish bones when I went to, Mexico there over 10 years ago, and got a couple brass elephants there from grandmother there when she was cleaning the house there when it was time for to downsize there. And then the fact that, I hear they're good luck there, and going back to the zoo there, I remember going to some elephant exhibit show there, and, it was definitely fun and surreal to touch the elephant. It definitely felt as rough as sandpaper there. But the zoo there, it's an elephant show, and you have the zookeeper, talking away there, and I was at the front, and, she gave me a little thing of fruit there, and you see this trunk, the trunk coming for the elephant there, and, you feel this wet trunk there, and then suddenly you feel air coming up because it's sucking away the fruit there, and that was definitely one interesting experience there, and, definitely get giddy there, but, definitely Dumbo was definitely a great classic Disney movie there, where it definitely tugs at the heartstrings there, and the thing as a kid there, you get to see all the range of emotions, anger, happy, sad, getting drunk, and what lessons have you taught if you have too much to drink there, and maybe seeing things that aren't there, like the elephants on parade there, and definitely encouraged the elephant to do something that definitely didn't think was possible, but was possible in that sense there, that it could fly and the magical feather there, and I think it was just all the animations, cool, colorful, and all the emotions there. Why I loved Dumbo so much as a kid there, and I'm sure parents would tell you a different story, but this is my story. But it shouldn't surprise you that the elephant, you gotta say, is my favorite animal here, just because Dumbo's an elephant. As a little kid watching that a lot. Dumbo happens to be an elephant, and then he translates into real life there. Kind of like why I made another personal vlog, and why still to this day, why the Border Collie is my favorite dog breed, and it tugs my heartstrings when I see a Border Collie, or happen to be in a situation where I get to play ball with a Border Collie, because, well, that happens to be the dog breed I grew up with, and, elephants for a lot. However, I don't drive a DeLorean, though. I think it would be cool if I ever got to drive one, but they don't make those cars anymore, and there is a lot of times I wouldn't mind having that DeLorean, to go up to 88 and fix some things from the past, or look ahead in the future to fix some things now, so you don't have that future there. But yeah, that's my personal vlog number 73. There was a lot of 80s references there, but that was definitely my childhood, and Dumbo encompassed a lot of it there. I think eventually I'll get around to watch the Tim Burton adaptation. But I hear a lot of these classic, Disney movies that reboot seems to now be the, word of the decade about bringing something back 30 years later, but it just isn't the same if you have an older cast or it's computer generated. I mean, I might appreciate all the effort they put in to computer generate Dumbo, and the trailer looks intriguing there, but I just say it's the bad reviews that I've heard for all the Disney movies that have been rebooted with the computer graphics there, and the fact that, it costs a lot more to go out to movies these days, and yeah, this might be something I'll eventually maybe watch if I can stream it, in the comfort of my home there, and the fact that being single on my own, it would just be weird for me to go to the theater, but enough of that. But yeah, this is why elephants are my favorite animal. It's all your fault there, Dumbo, but it was a great movie, great animation there, and that's definitely a great moment from Disney there. And I know that when I went to Disneyland in 1999 there, I had to ride those Dumbos, and had a picture of me in a Dumbo car there, and I think my mom captioned at the time in scrapbooks there, it says, "I was dreaming this moment since I was 2" there. So elephants and Dumbo were a big part of my life then, and I still like elephants today, but for obvious reasons I don't have an elephant. And other commercials I find funny with elephants is, I remember there was always that payday commercial there, and also the fact that I remember there was a credit card commercial with American Express that, there was a little girl that says, "I would like to have an elephant," and there was a credit card commercial on that. I also remember a Glad garbage bag used an elephant to show how flexible it is, but my favorite one was always that Quitness commercial where talking about lice and that, and they say, "Quitness, better than elephants." I'll debate you on there. But yeah, enough talking about elephants and why it's my favorite animal here. And like I said, Dumbo's a great movie here. So if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fans journey, home to Flames, Hitmen, Roughnecks, and Stampeders there. I also do, that's what I mostly do is Calgary sports, talk about game recaps and major news stories. I've recently done some trade retrospects, but I also do personal vlogs where, talk about anything, give my story there, do some attempt at comedy, but I also share my experiences. Let's say I'm out the road, or at a sporting event. Who knows, maybe at a show one day with elephants. It would definitely be nice to capture some elephant moments there, but if that sounds like anything you'd be interested in, just make sure you hit like, subscribe, and follow along with this Calgary sports fan. I also have my social media links in the description below there for other ways to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey. I have a Calgary Flames t-shirt on, so I say, go Flames go, and go Dumbo, and I'll see you in the next video there.